Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about the present energy. There is like a purification happening right now, and you may experience it as like a process of cleansing, maybe happening in your mind, maybe happening in your emotional system, maybe something connected with your behaviors, maybe your awareness started expanding and you've started questioning why you're behaving the way you're behaving. Maybe you feel a bit more exhausted right now as this purification, when it is happening, it feels like we want to slow down a little bit, or we want to take a day off and reflect what we are doing and see who we are becoming, and see if we are still walking the path which is vibing with us. Are we still doing the things which are vibing with us? And those are truly important moments in our lives where we question ourselves and we question our beliefs and we question what we're doing and why we're doing that. Is it helpful? What I'm doing, is it helpful? And we may recognize that, well, still so often we fall into unconscious patterns which are like programs of the society, and those may be reasons why we still feel often those lower emotional states, lower vibrations, and we can find many different answers to those deep questions. So it's important time to listen, it's important time to be there for yourself and to have those deep conversations, maybe with yourself or with people which are going also through the similar process right now. If you don't know this kind of people, maybe they will come into your life. So be open for new relationships, my friends. Maybe you may experience deeper sensation of energy inside of you and also outside of you. You know, the energy around us, the energy of the earth. You may feel it a bit stronger, like you may sense your emotions much strongly, like whatever you're feeling, it may be more intense. Even your intuition may be more intense, so you may experience like you feel called to do something. Why you're ignoring the calling? You feel maybe truly drawn into a completely new direction. Why you're ignoring that? And those are the things which we truly need to pay attention to, because, you know, there's a natural flow that is happening. And for example, if you go close to a river and you just observe the movement of the water, you may recognize that that water is moving with a certain flow. And physically, maybe the water is not moving, maybe it could be a result of the earth which is spinning. But everything is in the universe is happening with a certain flow, and you may see that movement of the nature. And you know, when we observe that, we recognize there's a certain speed to that. And sometimes we're rushing and we want to make that speed faster. We want to, you know, increase the speed of everything. We want to experience faster results. We want to move through something faster, and we start rushing and forcing things. But then we start observing the nature and we recognize, well, it is flowing, it is not forcing anything. And it is a beautiful realization where we just slow down, or we just observe the movement of the nature, and we recognize, well, everything happens at the right time. And all we need to do is to constantly look within, to recognize what is bothering us, what kind of attachments we still hold on to, which are maybe not allowing us to move on. And maybe even certain beliefs which are not allowing us to change, or are not allowing us to become the greatest version that we can be. And even spiritual beliefs sometimes may block our transformation, because sometimes we say, well, I am that way because of this and that. but truly how well we actually know ourselves. This energy right now is actually kind of inspiring us to peel off the layers which before maybe served you, before maybe those were certain labels or certain ideas or stories about yourself that you're telling to yourself, which together combined created your identity. And now you may recognize that, well, you are not just that identity. Maybe there's something much deeper to it. Let's look within, and it's like the onion, you start peeling off the layers and labels to fully experience what else is hiding within. And that's where we start tapping deeper into our greatest potentials, deeper into those sensations where we experience something completely naturally. We recognize there's something which feels so natural. Like, for example, when I've started digging deeper into myself, I've recognized creating, like drawing and painting and doing things creatively feels so natural to me. Like, I truly love to do that. I truly want to do that. That's where I started following that inner sensation, that natural feeling, like I was born to do that. That's how I've sensed it. And if you will fully and truly listen to yourself right now, you may experience it. You may sense like there's something natural calling you. Like your soul is calling you, hey, this is why you are here. Stop wasting so much of your energy and your time with the things which are not yours, right? Certain thoughts, certain limited beliefs, certain stories, certain concepts, ideas. Not that there's something wrong with mind wandering, it's amazing tool. Mind is truly powerful tool, but it's even more important to listen what the heart is saying or what the soul is saying, however you want to call it. And then use your mind for expression. Then use your mind for wondering how to express that feeling, how to express that natural sensation. It's truly hard to put it in words, but the best way to explain it is that you just sense naturally drawn into a specific direction, like this is what I want to do. This is what I want to create, because life is a constant creation, moment by moment. New experiences, new events are created. You see the nature, it's constantly evolving, constantly growing, constantly evolving. The difference is that you have the mind and you have the free will, so you can choose the direction in which you're evolving. But if you listen to your soul, you will feel guidance. Like, what is the thing that you truly want to do? What is the thing you feel called to do? And that's where you start walking a new path. And of course, then you need to take action and you need to learn the things which can help you to, for example, you're truly drawn into art and you're wondering how to make a living out of doing your art, and you start researching and you awaken a completely new curiosity to recognize how to truly make a living, so I can do what I love most of the time. And you know, it's a time of reflection to truly see how often we're doing what we love to do, how often we're listening our hearts, how often we in tune with ourselves. So pay attention to that. Maybe you can truly right now experience deeper sensation of that kind of energy. Also, you may recognize that your desires are completely changing. Because it's important, especially in the past, we may be programmed by the society to have certain desires, like to have that kind of amount of money, that kind of a car, that kind of a house, that kind of relationships. But then we recognize when we truly listen, we already know what we need. We already know what we want. And that's what we call heart desires. We want loving relationships. We want to feel safe. We want to feel accepted. We want to feel worthy, right? And we want to play, we want to enjoy, we want to be happy. Those are the things we want. But if we go even deeper, we recognize that there's something much more meaningful than all of that. Something much bigger than any of those limitations, which are truly like short-term goals. And that's what we call a mission. You may hear a whisper of your mission, of your soul, and it is what I told you before, like a natural calling, something that feels completely natural. Like I said, to me, I've noticed that when I've started painting, I've noticed like ideas are like pictures in my mind are getting together, and when I say the intention, I see the finished painting in my mind before I've actually started painting it. And that's where I've noticed that I need to do something with that. And maybe my mission with that is to inspire people with my art and to share messages with my art. And we step onto that quest of searching ourselves, right? And truly in tuning with that internal feeling, like where we feel more drawn to, what is more resonating with us. And truly we start doing what feels right, and we start slowly letting go of what doesn't feel right. And we recognize that sometimes to protect our energy, it's okay to cancel a certain commitment, so we can in tune with ourselves to recognize what we actually need right now. Sometimes to protect our energy, it's okay to not answer a certain call, because maybe your soul is calling you and you need to answer that call, and you need to listen. Sometimes it's okay to change your mind, to see, well, I thought it would be good for me, but I've recognized that it is not resonating with me. And sometimes we just feel that we want to be alone, to fully recognize what we need to do right at this moment, what we need to let go, what we need to heal, right? Because there's so much, like we went through so many different experiences, and in our past, our ancestors went through so much pain, through so much traumas, and we still hold within, in our cells, in our DNA, those memories, and we are doing that healing right now. So sometimes you may recognize that your vulnerability is rising, and you need to express what you feel. You need to truly open yourself so that energy can leave you. So, you can let go of that. And it's required to take time for it. And you may feel much more drawn into nature right now. To just sit down and to just be and ground yourself and not think about anything. Just be there and just feel it, right? Not using any words to explain, just feel it. Just feel the nature, just feel yourself. Feel yourself as being the nature, not just being a part of nature, but being the nature. You are made out of the same material as the nature around you, so connect with it. It's all your family, connect with it. And you will recognize that all those challenges and problems and traumas and pain are so small compared to who you truly are. And that's what nature is reminding us every single day, but so often we lose ourselves in those mental concepts and ideas and overall the mental box covered with different labels and different opinions of others, and then different emotional sensations. And of course we've been taught what are good emotions, what are bad emotions, when you're okay, when you're not okay, but actually everything is okay. Everything is okay. It doesn't matter how you feel. You don't need to judge those sensations, because it's all part of you, and it's part of you with a reason. Sometimes we sense something so our body can protect us from some unpleasant experiences. And sometimes we sense something so we would be able to heal a relationship. Sometimes we sense something so we would learn something new. Life is offering us lessons, and once we finally recognize the lessons, the question is, are we willing to apply them in our lives? Once we apply them, it's like we experience that upgrade of consciousness, a greater wisdom, which was brought to us by life. And that's where we experience that upgrade of consciousness. And to many people it is happening right now, as the past 2 years were so intense, and so many people went through so many deep things, deep experiences, painful experiences, unknown, unfamiliar experiences. So it's natural that we feel kinda like we are searching a completely new path, because what we did before is truly not healthy for us, not serving us anymore, and it's time to create something much better. And the question is, what is that better? And your soul will answer you what feels the most natural. That's what's much more healthier, what you would describe as better, because you will feel better, you will feel more energized. Every time you will do what feels the most natural to you, you will feel more energized. You will feel inspired to do more of that. And you will feel grateful that you hear that calling, that it is within you, that you're always plugged to it. Even when you feel you're not, you are actually plugged to it, but you don't sense it because you've lost yourself in mind again, wandering. So get yourself back to you and trust yourself. Trust that whatever you feel is the only truth. Whatever you feel is the only truth, because your body is always true. It's always honest with you. So trust that. And when I said body, I don't mean that animal body, I mean that energy body. The energy never lies. So every time you sense something, it's real, and pay attention to what you're sensing. Do not avoid it. Pay attention to it, and if it feels unpleasant, pay even more attention to it. Listen to it and see if there's something you need to forgive, if there's something you need to learn from, if there's something you need to accept, if there's something you need to give or create or express. Truly, like I said in the previous video, be a scientist of your life. Research yourself, because you are truly supported to do that. And you will see something truly beautiful will come out of it. Something completely new and wonderful. And the sense of love will happen by itself. It will rise to a completely new level. The sense of joy will rise. The sense of appreciation will rise. It will become something natural. To feel grateful will become something natural, because there will be so much less energy which is still pulling you down. And that energy is present within you just because you're avoiding it. You're like ignoring it. You're not paying attention to it. So now is the time to fully listen, to experience that upgrade of consciousness. So my friends, this is it for today. Whatever is resonating with you, question it and see if it may be helpful for your path. And I hope you've enjoyed today's painting. And my friends, I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings and power. Have a beautiful day. Until next time, one love.